this work that we are giving you for primary 5, you will get challenges. So some of this work you can always refer to, you can always go to and read. So please, let's take this program seriously. Since you have already surrendered your time to study, then use this opportunity to make sure that you always submit your work. I don't know whether there is anyone here who does not know how to submit the work. Do we have anybody who does not know how to submit the work?
Teacher, for me, I know.
For you, no, and you submitted. For you, I have no problem. Salom, I have no problem. I understand almost all of you, you know. That is very good. So before we begin, yes, we are going to begin with the opening prayer. Then after the opening prayer, we shall go back and look at the exercise that I gave you. Some of you might have not done because maybe it was hard for you. That's why maybe sometime you have not done it. As we are going to wait for our friends to join, as we learn, let's go back and then we first go through our correction. So what we are going to do right now is to first have our opening prayer. When you are ready to pray for us, you can put up your arms and then I give you the opportunity. Okay, anyone who is ready to pray can put up their hands. Okay, Salom, yes, you can pray. Salom, Apollot.
Okay, teacher.
Mm.
Name of the Father, name of the Son, and name of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Oh God, please protect us through this lesson, Lord. Guide and protect us, and Lord, help our teacher and give him the strength to teach us, Lord. Lord, protect us through this lesson, Lord, and help us learn something new from this lesson, Lord. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Amen.
So yeah, so what we are going to begin with right now, we are going to begin with the correction first. Let's go through the exercise that I gave you.
Yes, teacher.
On what we learned. But before I go and look for my exercise, I just want someone to tell me what we learned. What did we learn in primary 5 last time? Yes. Okay, there's yes, Calvin, what did we learn?
About
Calvin, you network.
we learned about money.
We learned about money. Okay, under money, specifically, what did we look at under money? Because now so far we have learned so many things under money. So let's hear from Anna. Yes, Anna, specifically, what did we learn? Anna? Anna. Okay, so under money, we learned, okay, let me hear from, yes, Prosper. Under money, what did we look at?
Profit.
Okay, Prosper said profit. How about Imran? Yes, Imran?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. What did we learn? We learned about profit. That was in the previous program. But when we started this program, what did we look at? Yes, Agaba. Agaba. Okay, so so Anna has said we learned about loss. Yes, that is what we learned. We learned about finding loss. That is what we learned last time. Loss. So let's go through some few questions that I gave you last time. I gave you this exercise, and so far 29 children submitted and the work was marked. That was okay. So let's go through, because I understand some of you submitted, but you might have not passed all these numbers. Now, you need to know the method of calculating loss. How do we get the loss? For this case here, they have given you the buying price and they have given you the selling price. But they are saying after you buying this television, you sold it and at a loss. Okay, you sold it at this amount of money. So they're asking you to find the loss that this person made. So how do we find the loss? What is the formula to calculate the loss? Some of you can write the formula in the chat. I will be able to read. Meanwhile, some people can tell us the formula to calculate the loss. When you get a notification, you can tell us. It means you are allowed to talk.
Loss is equal to buying price minus selling price.
Okay, that is very good. That is from Nimrod. That is from Nimrod. I had requested some few, but that is, thank you. That is very good of you. So when we are talking about loss, loss equals to selling price, buying price minus selling price. So another word that means buying price, it is also called cost price. You can use the word cost price or you can use the word buying price. Okay, so and then also Calvin is saying in the chat that the buying price minus selling price. That is good, Calvin. That is good. That one is the response from Calvin. Now, let us go ahead and look at how we can answer this question. Okay, so how do we answer this question now? Okay, let me have somebody to do for us correction for that question. Okay, so Prosper, you can read the question and do for us correction. Prosper.
Yes, please, John.
Yeah, read that question and give us the correction.
Musa bought the television set at 280,000 and later sold it to a friend at 245,000 shillings. What loss did he make?
So loss is equals to?
Loss is equals to 20.
What's the formula first? The formula first?
Loss equals to buying price minus selling price.
Okay, so here, what do we do after writing the formula? What do we do now?
You come and say loss is equals to 820.
What is the buying price now?
The buying price is 280,000.
280,000. Okay, minus what is the selling price?
Minus 245,000 shillings.
245,000 shilling. Very good. So that is how, so after you have written the formula to find the loss, then you can now come and substitute. So Prosper, let's continue. You continue by subtracting now.
Okay.
Prosper,
0.
continue. Let me change the color of the pen to maybe black. Yes.
Okay. We start 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0.
Now we have now 0 minus 5.
It's impossible. So we are going to go to 8 and borrow 1.
8 is going to remain.
7.
And then 0 becomes?
10.
Okay, so 10 take away 5?
5.
Is 5. Good. Then we go to, as here has remained. Prosper?
Yes.
Here has remained 7, take away 4. What do we get?
3.
Here we have 2, take away 2. What do we get?
Nothing.
So what is the loss now?
The loss is 35,000 shillings.
Very good. The loss is 35,000 shilling. Very good. Members, can we give a very big hand claps to Prosper? Members, can we give a very big hand claps to Prosper? Yes, Prosper, I want to hear how you are appreciating him. Okay, very good. Thank you, Prosper. Thank you. So let us go to the next person to do for us correction for number 2. Correction for number 2. Let's do this correction. So what is the main thing that Teacher Tonny is looking for from these questions? One, I'm looking for the child who is writing for me the formula first. Loss equals to buying price minus selling price. That is what I'm looking at. 2, I'm looking at the child who is going to substitute correctly, who is going to write buying price, take away selling price. So the buying price is 280,000 shillings, take away 245,000 shillings. Then there you subtract correctly. So when you subtract correctly, then you are supposed to come and write the unit. Shillings here you shouldn't forget to write it because we are talking about money. So let's go to our number 2. Our number 2, since Prosper is a boy, our number 2, let's give opportunity to a girl. Okay, let's give opportunity to a girl. And I'm not seeing girls putting up their arms. Maybe we shall not give them opportunity. Okay, there is Nakato here. Yes, Nakato, can you come on and do for us number 2, Nakato? Nakato and yes, Nakato, you are welcome.
Number 2, give us the formula.
Read the question for number 2 and answer for us.
A trader sold an article at shillings 1,000.
That is 19,000.
19,000, which he had bought at shillings 25,000. Find the loss he made.
Okay. So, Nakato, if I can ask you, what is the buying price in that question? What is the buying price of the article? Nakato? Yes, what is the buying price? Okay, just give us the formula to calculate loss. Loss equals to
buying price.
Loss equals to,
Buying price.
yes,
Minus selling price.
minus selling price. Okay, so now what is your buying price? What is
Equals
your buying price?
19,000 shillings.
Now, look here, Nakatu. The word here is a trader sold. Sold is the past tense of the word sell. Sold here is the past tense of the word sell. So meaning 19,000 shilling is the selling price. And bought is the past tense of the word buy. So meaning 25,000 shilling is the buying price. Have you understood it, Nakato?
Yes.
So what is our buying price then?
25,000.
Very good. Our buying price now is 25,000 shilling. Take away
19,000 shillings.
okay, take away 19,000 shilling. 19,000 shilling. Now here now what you are going to do, you are supposed to write the subtraction sign. That symbol for the subtraction, you are supposed to make sure you write it here. So after writing your equal sign, also write a subtraction sign. Yes. Now can you start subtracting?
0 minus 0, 0.
Good.
0 minus 0 equals to 0.
Good.
0 minus 0 equals to 0.
Okay, that is good. So here you have 5 minus 9. Is it possible? 5 minus 9, is it possible? Nakato?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, what is 5 minus 9? What do we do here?
We borrow.
We borrow from here. So we are going to borrow 1, which is equivalent to 10, isn't it?
Yes.
So meaning 5 become 15. When we add 10 plus 5, we get here 15. So 15 take away 9, what do you get?
We get 6.
Okay, Nakato said we get 6. So here you come and write your, you write your 6 here. Okay, so now here you have 1 minus 1. Is it, what is 1 minus 1?
0.
0. So what is the loss? What is the loss of an article? The loss is
6,000 shillings.
6,000 shillings. Okay, so thank you, my friend Nakato and the baby, I think. Nakato, do you have someone called baby there?
No?
Eh, that is Baby.
Yes.
Oh, Baby, good. Has he been participating also? Okay, so next time I'm going to give Baby also to participate. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Members, this is what we looked at. I just request you that the remaining numbers, if you have failed them, that is how we have been answering. That is what we learned last time. So I hope members, for those who were not there, we learned about finding loss when the buying price and the selling price is given. And in this case, we said that you realize loss when your buying price is higher than the selling price. For example, you buy something at a higher price and you sell it at a lower price. So that is where you make a loss. So in business, that is not good. Once you keep making loss in a business, then you are not going to progress in that business. So why we are learning this topic, yes, is to also pass this examination if they set for us, but also it helps us to manage our business in our day-to-day living. So we need to take this topic also seriously because it will be helping us. So members, I think let us stop there for this correction. Let's just go ahead and look at what we are going to learn today. Let us go ahead and look at now what we are going to learn today. Okay, so yeah, we are just going straight to what we are supposed to learn. All right, so our topic is we are still looking at some few things under money, and today what we are going to discuss, what we are going to talk about today, what we are going to talk about is finding the selling price when the loss and profit is given. Everybody, can we say finding the selling price when the loss or profit is given? Everybody, can we say our subtopic, what we are going to discuss? Everybody, can we read?
Finding
the selling price
when the loss or the profit is given.
So at least if you read it like this, next time when I come for the lesson and I asked you, members, what did we learn last Friday? You should be able to tell me that.
Is given.
You should be able to tell me that we learned about finding the selling price when the loss or the profit is given. This is what we are going to learn. So from the beginning of the lesson, you should be knowing what you are going to discuss, so that next time when we meet, we first go through what we have discussed, just like we have been going through the loss. So just in the previous lesson, you learned how to find profit and you learned how to find loss. So it means that the idea we have learned in finding loss or profit will help us in this lesson. It is really going to help us in this lesson. So in this lesson, we are going to be finding the selling price when the loss or the profit is given. That is what we are going to learn. So we learned about finding profit, and we said that we realize profit when our selling price is higher than the buying price. Please, that meaning is going to really help us a lot in this lesson. It is going to help us a lot in this lesson. We realize when we have profit, it means the selling price is higher than the buying price. When we have loss, it means the selling price is lower than the what? Than the buying price. So now let's go and look at some of the method. What are we going to be doing in order for us to find the selling price when the loss is given? What are we going to be doing in order for us to find the selling price when the profit is given? So point number one, we are going to find the selling price when the loss and the cost price is given. So the question will have the loss given and the question will have the cost price given. So when I talk about cost price also means buying price. The buying price that we are going to be talking about, it means cost price, the money that you have spent on buying something. So they say it costed, how much did it cost you to buy a radio? Say, oh, it costed me 30,000 shilling. So that is buying price. Cost price means buying price. So what is the method? Members, I want us to derive the method. I want us to form the method of finding the selling price when they have given us loss here and the buying price here. What do you think we are going to be doing? First, we know here, we know that the loss, we realize loss when the selling price is less. Okay? We realize loss here. Let me try to write something here. When there is loss, it means our selling price is less. Selling price is less than the buying price, less than the cost price, less than the cost price. So that is where we get the loss. Now, having known that when we have loss and then yet we have bought something, and after selling that thing, you find there is a loss. So it means that that selling price will be less than the cost price. So how do we now find the selling price? So in this case, we shall find the selling price by saying, find the selling price by saying selling price is equals to cost price minus loss. So that buying price which you have in the question, you remove the loss, subtract the loss from it, you will be able to find the selling price. You will be able to realize that the selling price is less than the what? The buying price. So this is what we are going to be doing when they have given you the cost price and they have given you the loss. So, and they have asked you to find the selling price. You will be saying selling price is equals to cost price minus loss. Everybody, can we say selling price equals to cost price minus loss? Everybody, can we say selling price is equals to cost price minus loss?
Selling price equals
Can we also hear from some few people? Can we say selling price is equals to cost price minus loss?
Selling equals to cost price minus loss.
Very good, Nachtende Esther. Okay, how about Precious and Abel? Yes.
Selling price is equals to
Robina?
is equal to selling price is equal to cost price minus loss.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so that is how we are going to be calculating selling price. So when they have given you the cost price, members, I told you cost price also mean buying price. You can even say selling price is equals to buying price minus loss. They mean the same word. If you say cost price or you say buying price, they mean the same thing. So take note of that. In our question, we may be using buying price, and somebody will ask, teacher, we talked of cost price. No, if we talked of cost price, is the same as buying price. So whatever you have used is okay. If you use cost price, is okay. If you use buying price, is okay. So that is, you have to take note of that. Now, in our subheading, we talked about finding loss finding selling price when the loss or profit is given. So let's look at when they have given you profit and the buying price. how do we get this? Okay. So this is the second thing we are going to be doing under what we are going to discuss. We are going to be finding the selling price when the profit and the cost price is given. Now, here you are going to realize in the loss I said, take note of what I'm writing here. In the loss I said, in the loss here, I said selling price is less than the buying price. Once you realize there is a loss, it means selling price. Once you realize loss, it means selling price is less than the cost price. Let me use that, is still the same as buying price. So when you have loss, it means that your selling price is less, is small. How about when you have profit? How about when you have profit here? So whenever you have profit, it means the selling price is higher. The selling price, it means the selling price is, let me use higher, let me use more than. It means the selling price is more than the cost, price. So this is what you should take note of. These two things I've written. Very, very important in what you are learning today. Very, very important in what you are learning today. Now, this is where subtraction comes in. This is where addition comes in. So members, when I give you a question and you find that you have the cost price and you have the profit, if you have the profit, it means that the selling price is going to be more than that cost price. So for it to be more, it means to get that selling price, we shall add, because here we talked of more. So it means we are going to add cost price plus profit. That is the method we are going to use. So in this case, we are going to say selling price is equals to cost price plus profit. So when you add profit to the cost price, your selling price is going to be higher. Your selling price is going to be more than the cost price. So these two notes, take note of these two things. Selling price is equals to cost price minus loss. That is when loss and cost price is given. How about when profit and cost price is given? We shall be adding. Take note of that. So members, I want you to repeat after me. To find selling price when the profit and loss, when the profit and cost price is given, we say selling price is equals to cost price plus profit. So everybody, can we say selling price is equals to cost price plus profit? Can we say that?
Selling price is cost price plus minus by.
Okay, can we hear some few people talking? Can we hear some few people talking? Can we hear them talking? Selling price is equals to cost price plus profit. Anna?
Selling price is equals to cost price plus profit.
Selling
Selling price is equals to cost plus profit.
price
So I think network, my friend. How about Jemima? Faith, Jemima?
Selling price is equals to cost price plus profit.
Very good, Jemima. Your network is okay and you are loud and clear. So that is how we are going to be finding. Now let's go to the questions. Let's go to how questions are, because in the question we can still continue to to explain. We can still, we are going to continue to explain. So let's go and look at our question number 1. Our example 1 is here. Our example 1 is here. Let me request someone to read for us. Everybody, can you read? Okay. Yes. If I say, can you read it from home there. Read it from home, because if I ask you to read all at once, the way you're not going to. Okay, so let me request Jemima to read for us. Let me request Jemima to read for us. Jemima, can you read for us that question?
Joshua bought a sweater for 20,000 shillings and sold it at a loss of 2,000 shillings. Find the selling price of the sweater.
Very good, Jemima. So members, you can see what we have been discussing before. Here they are now in the real example. Waiswa bought a sweater for 20,000 shillings. So that means that is the buying price. The buying price of the sweater is 20. You go maybe to the market, or you bought it from the school, and you find that you paid 20,000 shillings. Then after you come, after selling, you realize that 2,000 is missing from the money I used to buy. I used the 20,000, but now I don't have 20,000 after selling. That means you have a loss. 2,000 is missing. So that 2,000 becomes the loss. So now what I can ask you, what do you do to find the price of that sweater? What do you do to find the price at which Waiswa sold the sweater? That is what I'm asking. Waiswa has made a loss. So what do you do to find the price at which he sold the sweater? Yes. Who has the answer for that question I'm asking? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. We are saying, oh, very many people has the answer for that. Let me listen from them. Imran. Imran?
Yes, teacher.
Waiswa bought the sweater at 20,000 shillings and made a loss of 2,000 shillings. What are we going to do to find the price at which he sold the sweater?
Selling price equals cost price minus loss.
We are going to find, we are going to say, very good. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Imran, thank you. That's what I wanted. So members, you can, so if, yeah, that's enough. Can I now explain? Thank you. You have heard what Imran has said, that we are going to subtract. In other words, we are going to say buying price minus loss. So in this case, the selling price is going to be less than the 20,000. It is going to be less than the 20,000. So if it is going to be less than 20,000, we are supposed to subtract. So here I have summarized it. I summarized it by saying my buying price, or the buying price for Waiswa, is 20,000, which is here. And then the loss that Waiswa made after selling the sweater, he made a loss of 2,000. Now they asked me to find selling price. So what I'm going to do first is to say selling price is equals to buying price minus loss. So here you will realize that if you have a loss, your selling price should be less than 20,000. And for us to make it less than 20,000, we are supposed to subtract. So here we shall say our selling price now, we shall say our selling price Our selling price now, okay, is equals to our selling price. Yes, so that is what we are going to say. To get the selling price, to get our selling price, we are going to subtract. So we are saying selling price is equals to buying price minus loss. So now let us replace. Where we have buying price, we shall put 20,000 shillings. Don't forget. Then minus, now I have subtracted it vertically. I've arranged it vertically according to the place value. I have said 20,000 minus 2,000. So don't forget to put the operation sign, this one. This sign is very important. Then when you arrange it vertically, also don't forget to put the equal sign here. This is the equal sign. This separates the question from, the answer from the question. So therefore, you start subtracting by saying, under the place value of ones. Once we are subtracting, we begin from our right hand side, from the place value of ones, and we continue. So here we have 0 minus the 0, which we get here 0. Also, we have 0 minus 0, which we also get here 0. Also, here we have 0 minus 0, which we get here 0. Now, here we have 0 minus 2, which is impossible. It is not possible. So 2 is going to borrow from what? 0 here is going to run to 2 to borrow. So 2 will say, let me give you 1. So when you remove 1 from 2, it remains 1. That 1 which you have borrowed become 10. Okay, so 10 plus 0 remains 10. So now here you have 10 take away 2. 10 take away 2, we get here 8. Now, since we have borrowed 1 from 2, so it has remained only 1. And 1 take away 0 here, you get here 1. So this is our selling price. We have said here that selling price is equals to 20,000 minus 2,000 shilling. We remain with the 18,000 shilling. So in this case, you realize, you can now see that your selling price is less than the buying price. That is what we have got here. So meaning you bought sweater at 20,000 and you sold it at only 18,000. So there is a loss of 2,000. So members, that is how we find the selling price when the loss is given. So in case you have any question there before we go to the next number, you can ask. If you want any clarification there, you can ask. Yes. Yes. Jemima, what are you saying?
Understood.
Oh, okay, yes.
When we are going to shall we selling price by equals to buying price minus profits?
Okay, I'm going to repeat.
Teacher, we have heard.
Okay. So allow me, yes, allow me to repeat.
I have a question.
Yes, please, can you ask?
Teacher.
Yes. Who is this one having a question? I'm not seeing you. Mention your name so that I look for you. Someone has a question, did not mention the name. Mention your name so that I look for you.
Shifra.
Sifra, okay. Sifra, let me look for you. Let me look for you. Okay. Sifra as David, is it? Sifra, David. Okay, Sifra, you can come on.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have not understood properly.
Aha. So I'm going to repeat.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Aha. So members, let me repeat this. Let me repeat this. So the question is, Waiswa bought a sweater for 20,000 shilling. Here, the buying price, let me write it here. Bought means buying price. Sifra, can you come on and we go together? Sifra? Is it Sifra? Yes. Can you come on and we go together?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let's go together. Okay, Safia, you can also be there, but you can follow, eh?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you. So Sifra, if you read the question, they are saying Waiswa bought a sweater. So bought here means buying price, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
The buying price of the sweater is equals to how much? How much is the buying price?
20,000.
20,000 shilling. Now, Waiswa didn't, I think Waiswa sold the sweater after some time, isn't it?
Yes.
He sold the sweater, but after selling the sweater, they have not told us the selling price that he sold the sweater. They have only said he sold it and made a loss of 2,000. Are you seeing?
Yes.
He sold it and made a loss.
Yes.
You get it? Made a loss.
Yes.
So loss
equals
Loss equals
2,000.
2,000
shillings.
Now, what price do you think he sold this sweater that made him to get this loss of 2,000? What price do you think?
18,000.
Eh?
Selling price equals buying price times loss.
First wait. Follow me carefully, because not only you who is doing, who is following, there are those ones also who did not understand. Eh? So here they are saying you bought a sweater at 20. After selling the sweater, you realize that you have a loss. It means that your selling price did not go beyond 20, is less than 20. Are you getting?
Yes.
The price at which you sold the sweater is less than 20. So for you to get that money, you are going to say selling price. You're going to say selling price is equals to buying price minus
loss.
So here you will realize that now your selling price
equals 20,000 shillings.
Equals 20,000 shilling minus loss is 2,000. You see? Are you getting?
Yes, teacher.
Now from here, I can write it vertically to subtract it properly. Eh? I can come here and now say, or in the side work, I can say, I have the buying price as 20,000
shillings minus 2,000.
Minus 2,000. So I arrange it like this.
Teacher, you put a comma and 2,000.
I'm not getting
20,000.
This comma you can put, or you can even leave it, so long as you have the right figures. Eh? Okay. Now, here we are now going to get the price at which Waiswa sold the what? Sold the sweater. So we subtract here 0 minus 0, we get here 0. Also 0 minus 0, we get here 0. Then 0 minus 0, we get here 0. Now, here you have 0 minus 2. Is it possible?
It is impossible.
We borrow from here, isn't it? So this
You
one will
cross
remain
2
1.
and put 1.
And you make it 10.
Here become 10.
Yes.
So 10 take away 2.
And they put there 1 near 0.
10
Okay.
minus 2 is 8.
Is 8. And then here we have 1 minus nothing
Is 1. 1.
equals to 1. So how much is the selling price?
18,000 shillings.
So the selling price of the sweater is 18,000 shillings.
Shillings. Teacher, you forgot to put a comma.
I'm going to put, don't worry, let me first write this. Selling price equals to 18,000 shillings. So let me come back in my side work and put a comma, as my girl has said here. I see. Now, have you understood how to find the selling price when they have given you the loss? Have you understood now? So when they have given you the loss, when they have given you the loss, you subtract. When they have given you the loss, you subtract. Okay?
Yes.
So it means now you can see the selling price. Now you can see, you can even confirm. You can even confirm. Do you know how you can prove your answer whether your 18 is correct? You can prove your answer by saying, since you have already learned about loss, this is proving the answer. Proving the what?
Answer.
When you want to prove whether your 18,000 is correct, you can prove it. In math, you should learn how to prove your answer. Now, you can prove it by saying loss is equals to, what's the formula to calculate loss? Loss is equals to buying price minus selling
price.
So what is the buying price of the sweater?
Buying price.
The buying price of the sweater is
20,000 shillings.
20,000 shillings. So what is the selling price of the sweater?
2,000 shillings.
The selling price which you have got here.
18,000
shillings.
18,000 shillings. You want to prove whether this 18,000 shillings give you a loss of 2,000. This is proving the answer. I see.
Teacher, I forgot to put a comma.
Now put the comma now, and here I put the subtraction. So let's see whether it gives us a loss of 2,000. So 0 minus 0.
0 minus 0 is 0.
And then 0 minus 0
is 0.
And then 0 also minus 0
is 0.
And then this is 0 minus 8.
We need to
borrow from here.
Borrow.
This one remain 1, and then this one become 10. You told me to put 1 near 0 there, so it become 10. 10 take away 8.
2.
It is 2. Very. So don't you see that the loss is 2,000?
Yes.
So that means our selling price is correct.
Correct.
So this is how we find the selling price when loss is given. So I hope our friends who were saying they didn't understand also, they have now followed. Our friends?
Teacher, a question.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Teacher, we have understand. Teacher, I have a question. We have understood.
Question, your name? If you have a question, you should mention your name, because I will mute everyone, then I will be able to go to you direct. So once you have a question, you have to mention your name, that teacher, I'm so and so, I have a question. So it will be very easy for me to pick you. So let's go and look at a question when they have given us profit. Let's go and look at a question when they have given us profit. Okay, so when they have given us profit, what do we do? When they have given us profit, what do we do? Number 2. So in the loss, we were subtracting. How about when they have given us profit? We add. As simple as that. So this is number 2. Okay, can someone read for us number 2? Let me pick Joseph. Joseph, can you read number 2? Joseph? Branton?
Yes, teacher.
Read number 2.
Nakato bought a tin of millet flour for shillings 36,000. She then sold the millet flour and made a profit of shilling 3,500. At what price did Nakato sell the millet flour?
So when you are doing business and you realize that you bought a millet flour, let me try to write here. The buying price of the millet flour, the buying price is equals to 36,000 shilling. But in this case, after selling that millet flour, there is a profit. There is a profit of 3,000. There's a profit of 3,500. So what price do you think is sold the millet flour? If buying the flour, you got 36, you used 36. Then after selling the flour, you have an extra money of 3,500. So how are we going to find the selling price? Yes, Nimrod, how are we going to find the selling price? Nimrod?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, how are we going to calculate the selling price here?
Selling price is equal to 36,000 shillings plus 3,500 shillings.
But you better write for us the method first. Is equals to buying price plus
profit.
That one you begin with it first.
Yeah.
Then there you can now go and replace.
Selling price is equal to 36,000 shillings plus 3,500 shillings.
Plus 3,500
shillings.
500 shilling. Yes, so now we can arrange this one vertically, isn't it?
Yes.
Let me go to the side work. Let me arrange it in the side work. Okay, in our side work, we can say 36,000 plus
3,500 shillings.
3,500. So I can put comma here if you want. If you don't want, it's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 5, 5. 6 plus 3, 9. 3 plus 0, 3.
So how much is that altogether?
39,500 shillings.
So the selling price is
Equal to, selling price is equal to
goes to
39,500 shillings.
39,500 shillings.
Shillings.
Okay, very good. But what's the, I don't think whether Nimrod is your name. What's your name?
Rahma.
Rahma. Why don't you put that?
Okay. Rahma, Josephine, and Raja.
Oh, that is good now. Yes, so members, thank you, our friend Rahma. Here, they are telling us to calculate the selling price, but in this case, they have given us the profit. The profit is here. Let me use blue. Okay, the profit is here, and the profit is 3,500. But the buying price of the flour is 36,000. So you can see that when you have a profit, it means your buying price is higher than the selling. Your selling price is higher than the buying price. You can see it from here that you bought millet flour at 36,000 shilling, but you sold it at 39,500 shillings. That gave you this profit. So that is how you find. So in this case, the difference of the two is that when they have given you the loss, you subtract it. But when they have given you the profit, you add it. That's the only thing. That's the only logic behind. To find the selling price, when the profit is given, just add the profit and the buying price. Then to find the selling price, when the loss is given, just subtract the buying price and the loss. So that is the only thing you should do. You should know from this question. Okay. So members, I think we can go ahead. We are now summarizing. Someone was having a question. If you have a question, please mention your name.
Vanessa.
Okay. So if you have understood, we can now. Okay, we just have like 2 minutes for us to end the lesson. But before these 2 minutes end, I have a question here for you to try and just give me the answer. I have a question here that I want you to try and you just give me the answer. Okay, it's a group discussion. For some of you who are together, you can answer together. So I have a question here that I want you to try. The questions has both the profit and the loss. This is the question. Okay, so you try these two questions. Try these two questions and give me the answer. Try these two questions and give me the answer. Yes, those are the questions. Those are the questions. Those are the questions. Okay, who is trying? Are you trying the question, members? Is there anyone who has got the answer already?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Nimrod, you have got the answer already. But first wait,
Yes.
Nimrod, I will be able to ask you. First wait for others to try. Okay, wait for others to try. Okay, so okay, now let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Let's go to Joel and Junior. Joel and Junior, which number have you tried? Joel and Junior, which number have you tried?
Number 2.
Okay, number 2. What have you got in number 2? Can you read the question louder and tell us?
A man bought a radio at shillings 15,000. He sold it at a loss of shillings 3,000.
A man bought a radio at 15,000 shillings. He sold it at a loss of 3,000 shillings.
What was the selling price?
Yes. How did you get the selling price? Yes.
Buying price. Selling price equals buying price
Plus profit.
plus
Profit.
minus loss.
Yes, for this case, it is minus loss. The one which will be plus profit is in number 1. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Selling price equals to? Okay, some people can come on to LF also in that number. Calvin, you can come on, Calvin. Edith? Yes.
Selling price equals
Selling price equals to
shillings.
selling price equals to
Shillings.
15,000
minus
minus
3,000 shillings. Shillings.
What did you get?
Selling price equals to 12,000 shillings.
12,000
shillings.
Teacher,
Very
I have
good.
made a mistake.
Okay, where?
On the word loss, you wrote 3 S's.
Okay, let me do this. Okay, let me do this. That one will remove everything there. Okay, so let me do it faster. Meanwhile, you can go to number 1, because these people started with this. Number 1.
Okay.
How are we going to do number 1?
Buying price equals to
Here they're also asking for selling price when the profit is given. Selling price when the profit is given, how do we calculate?
Equals to selling price equals to buying price plus profit.
Buying price
Plus
profit. Very good. Okay. Can we go and add?
selling price equals to 13 shillings 13,000 plus shilling 1,500.
Okay. So when we add 13,000, it's somehow raining here. I don't know whether you are getting me. So when we add 13,000, we have here 13,000.
Yes.
Plus 1,500. Okay, what do we get?
Yes. 0 plus 0 equals 0.
Good.
0 plus 0 equals 0.
Okay.
0 plus 5 equals 5.
Then
3 plus 1 equals 4.
and then
1 plus 0 equals to 1.
okay. And
Teacher,
then
you forgot
finally,
the addition sign. Teacher, I forgot the addition sign.
finally, what is the answer?
14,500 shillings.
Very good. So our selling price here,
Selling price equals to 14,500 shillings.
very good, very good, very good, very good. So members, that is how we have been calculating when they have given you loss.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, thank you. May God bless you, those who have participated.
Amen.
Okay,
Amen.
so members, I think this is where we are going to stop. We have gone beyond some few minutes. Thank you for learning.
Okay.
Yes. So you are going to find the work in the Google Classroom and you will be able to do it.
Bye.
If you have a question, you should be able to mention your name. You should be able to mention your name so that I can first make these ones to keep quiet, then I ask you. Okay? Okay, so that is where we are going to stop.